What is up, everybody? It is Bellator 281. This is the weigh-in recap show, predictions, and the betting breakdown. Make sure you guys smash that like button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. Turn those post notifications on and share the video as well. Doing a Bellator weigh-in recap show this week. I know we didn't hit it the last Bellator event, so I definitely wanted to come back and do this one. I have some picks that I'm liking here, excited to talk about it. Let's jump into it. We'll cover the key fights on the main card. Starting it off, it is Luke Traynor versus Simone Biyong. I like the side of Luke Traynor a lot in this matchup. He seems to be a lot more polished striking. He has a pretty good kickboxing game. He's a long guy, 6'6". Interesting reach note. Both guys 6'6", so big light heavyweights. 74-inch reach on the Biyong side, 81-inch reach on the Traynor side. I feel like that's not accurate because doesn't look like Simone Biyong has T-Rex arms by any means, so I would ignore that stat. But Traynor is the more polished guy kickboxing. I also feel he's definitely better on the floor. If he gets on top of Biyong, I see trouble. Now, Simone is extremely physically strong. He's explosive, a little bit of a raw talent, but definitely has power in his hands and 100% puncher's chance. But I am confident Traynor is definitely the better fighter of the two. We'll check them out on the scales, see if anything changes here. There is Simone Biyong. There is Luke Traynor. Both guys in good shape. Biyong, maybe a bit more musculature to him. Looks like there's a bit of a height difference. 6'6" for Biyong, or is it really 6'3.5"? I like Traynor for the win. He's got clear size edge as well. And I do think that the stand-up game, clear advantage. Grappling game, clear advantage. I just think being a technically more proficient martial artist, Traynor is above Simone Biyong, who always is going to have a puncher's chance. He's explosive. He hits hard. He's very physically strong. He's strong in the clinch, but Traynor should win the fight, outstriking him. But I also think throwing in some level changes will lead to success here. And I think Traynor for the win by submission is going to be the official pick. Now, as far as the lines in this one, Traynor minus 283 as the favorite. Biyong plus 279 is the dog. So pretty wide odds here. As far as the submission prop, I want to look what that's sitting at here. Traynor to win via submission plus 400. I'm sniping that one. I think there's a good chance of it. Under 2.5 is minus 265. I see this fight ending inside of the distance on either side. Under 1.5 gets riskier. I could see this fight still alive in the second or even into the third, but I have a good feeling this fight's not going the full 3. I like the side. Traynor wins by submission, and if they are standing up, there's always a puncher's chance for Biyong. So if you like the under 2.5 or even fight ends inside distance at minus 285, you're trying to hit it hard. Those are lines that I'm pretty confident in, but I really feel like Traynor win by submission at plus 400 is a pretty good value prop, and maybe Traynor as a parlay piece as well, or you're attacking him heavy money line. I see him beating Simone Biyong here. Next fight of the night, Paul Daley says his farewell. He takes on Wendell Giácomo. Now, if you saw this week's best MMA bets, I brought up Wendell as a potential underdog to play. Note this, my official pick is going to be Paul Daley via knockout. But Wendell could be extremely live if he can land takedowns, but that's a big if. Paul Daley, yes, he's been taken down by good wrestlers in the past, but Wendell, more of that jiu-jitsu grappling style. He's a Pitbull Brothers fighter, so you know he's training extremely hard, and I mean, he's a savage. 27-39. If you're on the betting side here, you're going towards Wendell, but if you're on the side of pure pick, it's got to be Paul Daley, and I'm thinking knockout. We have seen Wendell hurt in the past, and Paul Daley hits like dynamite. Extremely hard lead hook. Some of the best punching in the game for sure. Paul Daley, even at 39, 175, I think he is live here, but he's a big favorite, so it's not like he's a live dog. There is Wendell Giacomo coming in on short notice as a live underdog. And then there's Paul Semtex Daley, and there's the face-off. Size-wise, extremely competitive. I will say Wendell has some decent Muay Thai skills, but he's going to want to get this fight to the floor. If he gets hit clean, Paul Daley will 100% put him down. Daley's a minus 300 favorite. Wendell plus 269. It's Bellator, so if you're going dog hunting, Wendell is the play. As far as potential props, I think under 2.5, minus 160, extremely confident. Fight ends inside distance, minus 200, extremely confident. Wendell Giácomo could win a decision here, plus 750. He could also win by sub, plus 650. But the method I see happening is going to be the Daley by KO side as most confident. That's the official pick. But it's minus 105. So there's no betting value on Paul Daley. And I don't want to include a nearly 40-year-old guy in Daley who says this is the farewell fight in a parlay. So it's a no-bet situation if you're on the favorite. But I think the dog could be live. So dog or pass betting side if you want to throw down either at the plus money of just money line, or maybe you play Giacomo wins via submission. You're getting a decent line in that plus 650 at the low end, plus 525 range. It's definitely possible. Not much value on playing Paul Daley by knockout. The under is definitely live for under 2.5. I think under 1.5, a little more dangerous. I could see this fight playing out a bit longer. Fight goes distance. I don't think so. That's plus 170. So I think fight ends inside of the distance. I like the Paul Daley side to win, but not going to be a bet for me. Wendell Giacomo, live underdog, would be the betting side of the matchup here. Final fight for Paul Daley too, so I'm pretty excited to see it. Denise Kielholtz versus Kana Watanabe in our featured bout of the night. I am going to pick the Denise Kielholtz side, but I will tell you out the gate, Watanabe has been a bit underrated by the books. I mean, they're extremely wide towards the Keyhold side. To me, Watanabe's game has to be respected. She took her first professional loss in her last bout, which was her Bellator debut against Liz Carmouche, a long-term vet, and now champion of Bellator. Denise Kielholtz, in her last fight, she went distance, losing a close decision to Juliana Velasquez. I'm going to pick Denise Kielholtz, but Kana Watanabe doesn't deserve to be this wide of a dog, and if she wins this fight, I'm not going to be shocked here. Now, I like Keyhold's stand-up game a lot. Kickboxing champion, extremely proficient striking, closes distance well, power in her punches. In the clinch, Kana Watanabe, I think, might have a bit of an edge, that judo-style grappling, but to beat a girl as explosive, powerful, and honestly good on her feet as Denise Kielholtz, I'd prefer seeing on the opposite side an all-American wrestler type. I feel like the judo-based takedown game of Watanabe isn't going to be nearly as effective here. Now, if she can consistently get Denise Kielholtz against the cage and she starts landing takedowns, she could win the fight by a decision. But for me, I see Keyholtz defensively as sound for sure. She can kind of do it all pretty well. She's a really explosive girl. I don't see Watanabe with this incredible top pressure. So even if she gets a throw, I don't see it being a fight ender. I feel like Denise Kielholtz is going to be ready for the 3. I think she's going to do some damage to Watanabe, might drop her as well. But Kielholtz to win a decision is going to be the pick. We'll check them out on the scales. I will tell you this, and I saw this when I was looking at the weigh-ins. Watanabe looks jacked, maybe bigger than I've ever seen her. She looks intense. Kielholtz, shredded, lean, and ready to rock as well. And there's the face-off. I got Kielholtz winning the fight. You can see the size edge for the Watanabe side. As far as the line, I don't love it. It's minus 250. I do think Kielholtz should get a win. Watanabe plus 245. Let's see what the over-unders are looking like, if there's anything of potential interest here. Over a round and a half, minus 165. I like if you can find that. Over 2.5, I feel like I'm picking fight to go long, but it's not impossible to see a finish. And Kielholtz hits extremely hard if she lands one on the chin. Watanabe just knocked out in the last one. It's not impossible here. I feel like the side of Kielholtz by decision value. Let's see what this line is. Plus 255. Kielholtz by KO TKO plus 185. I really like the over 1.5 at minus 163 best value more than anything, or Kielholtz straight on the money line. Method of victory is dangerous because Kielholtz definitely carries real power and she could hurt and finish Watanabe. There's definitely a chance Watanabe mixes in some grappling, could even grind out a competitive decision. So interesting fight, but I'm picking the Denise Kielholtz side. I think the power in the hands is also a pretty big difference maker. She could definitely hurt Watanabe here. I see her getting it done. Not an easy matchup by any means, but Kielholtz for the win. But just ugly side of betting. There really no love on the lines for Kana Watanabe. She is a pretty big dog here. So Kielholtz for the win, but don't love betting there. Next fight of the night. Co-main, Lyoto the Dragon Machida versus Fabian Edwards. I love to see Lyoto fight. He's still in the game at 43 years of age. And crazy enough, I'm going to be picking Lyoto Machida to win this fight. Plus money on him as well. Extremely good kickboxer. I mean, he has the karate-esque kickboxing style, darts in and out of range like very few, and even in his 40s, still looks quick out there, competing at a high level at 205 pounds. Now, I will note this. Lost to Ryan Bader, lost to Phil Davis. You see that split decision loss to Gegard Mousasi? That was at middleweight, but 2.5 years ago. There's been some time, a year since Machida last fought, but you got to respect him going distance with the heavyweight champion of the world, Ryan Bader, regardless if it was at 205. Fabian Edwards is a pretty slick southpaw kickboxer who's good from distance, questionable ground game for sure. You can get takedowns off of him. Not like Machida is a guy that's going to look to wrestle a lot, but maybe mixes in a couple of trips and gets on top of Fabian for a bit just to throw his game off and, limit the rhythm striking. I think Machida definitely is the more dangerous striker with finishing ability, but he's 43. I don't see Fabian as the dynamite puncher or an incredible knockout kicker. I feel like we're going the distance here. And I think Machida is going to steal a very competitive point-based kickboxing fight decision over Fabian Edwards. Now we'll check them out on the scales. There is Fabian Edwards looking pretty thick here, ready to go. Lyoto Machida, lean, mean, 43 years old, still in the mix. It's crazy to say, but he still is in the mix in the Bellator middleweight division, especially with a win here. He could find himself fighting in a rematch trilogy bout with Gegard Mousasi. So I think Lyoto's got a good shot here to win against Fabian Edwards. I am going to pick decision and maybe even split. As far as the line, big plus money. Machida is plus 143. Fabian Edwards minus 155. I like the plus money dog. Lyoto Machida. Over 2.5 rounds, minus 250. It's expected to go distance, which I do like it because I think it's going to go distance. Now, Machida to win a decision is sitting at the value of plus 225. So it's not incredible plus money, but I think there's a pretty good shot that Lyoto Machida wins this fight by a decision, maybe even a split decision. Ultra close here. I think we're going all three. Competitive stand-up fight. I like Machida's front kicks as well, especially switching to orthodox. He fights comfortable out of both stances. Edwards, tricky southpaw, long guy. So it's going to be a fun matchup for sure because you look at the height, yes, a little bit favors towards Machida when they faced off, but Edwards does have the longer limbs of the two, the longer arms especially. I do think Machida, though, at 43, can still get it done. I'm going to pick him as an underdog here on a very close decision, maybe even a split, outpointing Fabian Edwards in our co-main event. Let's jump to the main event of the evening. If you guys haven't yet, make sure to smash the hell out of the like button. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe. It's Michael Venom Page versus Logan Storley. I have to go the way of Michael Venom Page in London, and he's a huge underdog here. Logan Storley has one path to victory, and that's wrestling, controlling from the top position. That is his game. Standing up, he is clearly outclassed by Michael Venom Page. My concern with Storley, especially at the big favorite status that he's at, he's not a huge ground and pound monster. I don't see him taking Page down and just beating his face in. I could see him taking Page down, grinding him out for the full 5 minutes, the whole round being on top, maybe even passing to half guard, but I don't really see him getting to mount and just beating down Michael Venom Page. I think Page from the bottom will be fairly sound defensively. He's also 6'3" as opposed to 5'9". Note this, when you're taking on a grappler, even if you are superior, but you're significantly shorter and you look at the limb difference, it's hard to deal with someone that's just that much longer than you on the floor, especially Michael Page with those long, thin legs. I mean, he's going to be a hard guy to just hold down and wear on. Now, I'm not saying he's not going to get taken down. I think he probably will. I think there's a live shot that Logan Storley controls the majority of the fight, but I think he needs 25 minutes. I think that Michael Venom Page needs one shot. I'm going to go Michael Venom Page to win. I'm thinking 3rd or 4th round knockout, but I think the KO is live all the way through. Logan Storley, to win this fight, needs a near perfect night of takedowns, limited damage taken on the feet. He could get it done. It's not impossible, but if he's striking with Michael Page, especially as it gets later here, it could be trouble. Storley, I'm having a hard time seeing him ground and pounding Michael Page into submission. I don't really see him choking him out. I think Michael Venom Page in front of the hometown crowd is going to get a huge win as a dog. And it blows my mind that he's 35 years of age as well. Interim belt on the line too. We'll check them out on the scales. There is the very tough Logan Storley. There is Michael Venom Page. There's an intense face off there. Storley, it looks like he's looking past him. He's not even looking at him. But when you see here, the size difference, look at this height difference. On the floor, that's a factor. I like the chances for Michael Venom Page to win by KO. I'm going to pick him as a very live underdog. Plus 245 from Michael Venom Page. Logan Storley, the minus 240 favorite. Let's look at maybe, just maybe, propping up Michael Venom Page by KO TKO. You can find it upwards of plus 400. I think that's probably what's going to happen. Page by KO TKO. If Storley was to win, I really see a Storley decision. That's plus 135. There's no value on the betting side of Logan Storley whatsoever. We're probably going over a round and a half, but don't even touch the over-unders because I think that could get you into trouble. I think the best bet here is money line, Michael Venom Page, underdog attack. I believe there is a very live chance he wins this fight. I'm officially picking him here. I think he's going to find the shot to put Logan Storley to sleep. Overall, pretty solid Bellator main card. I do want to send you guys off with some parlays to potentially play. Now, this is going to be a pure Bellator parlay. We're going to go Luke Traynor, and we're going to line it up with Michael Venom Page. Plus 330 if we went for that one. Unnecessary. You can definitely just money line it, but let's say you like, listen, I want Traynor as a lock-in. You also think there's a good shot Kielholtz win, plus 492. Overall, I'm not going to suggest you go too nuts with the parlays here. I think like this fight over 2.5 rounds is a near guarantee. I think matching that up with a Michael Venom Page for plus 360 isn't a terrible idea. You could also match that up with Luke Traynor to give you near even money. Add Page in, you got plus 500. You want Keyholtz plus 739. At this point, I'm just going nuts, picking and attacking here. Plus 989 if you want to really Mystic Mac it. I would say keep it on the safer side here for the Bellator parlays. I like the money lines. I like the over 2.5 Edwards Machida fight. You could go towards the under 2.5 if it's available at your book for Traynor and Biyong. And if you are allowed at that book, maybe you play Traynor and the under 2.5. Let's see what that's looking like, just to bring you down to minus 122. But I know not everywhere allows it. Overall, some mild parlays for you guys, but it's going to be a great card. I hope you enjoyed the full breakdown. Glad to be covering Bellator a bit again. The main card, the big fights, which I love to talk about. Guys, smash the hell out of the like button. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Make sure to subscribe, turn those post notifications on. If you really enjoy it, share the video as well, and just show some love by dropping a W for the algorithm in the chat. Thank you, my people, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace, guys.